guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new here, please make sure you go ahead and slap the shit out of that like button because it helps support my channel, and also make sure you guys subscribe and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my upcoming videos. Now, today we are reviewing and telling you my reaction to this crime investigation of the Cecil Hotel. I gotta say, for people who watch this stuff for fun, I don't know how you do it, because this is not my genre of television. I need me a Disney movie or something cute and fluffy or magical. This was truly, for the first time in a long time, I could not sleep. Like, this scared me so much, but I'm going to be giving spoilers, by the way, so if you haven't seen it yet, make sure you watch it before you watch this, because I'm going to be reviewing the end of it, and I couldn't sleep, but it was because I watched the first 3 episodes, and then I'm going to save the last episode for later, and for the next day, and I couldn't sleep because the first 3 episodes actually give you all these conspiracies and all these theories as to how Elisa Lam passed away, and you're so sucked into all these conspiracies, into all the story, and then in the last episode they give you their true answer of what they really feel like happened. And the end of it really threw me for a loop. The end of them diagnosing and realizing that what was happening in the elevator was the bipolar was scary, because I feel like in the end the ending ended up being more of like the worst of horrors are ourselves type of thing, or like mental illnesses, or what is created within our minds and diseases and stuff like that is the real horror of this story. But you can't not think about all the other stuff wrapped around it, all the other characters, Skid Row, the hauntings in the hotel, all the things that have happened in the hotel. And it's just like, it was too much. Like, I was kept up all night because I was like, I wish I would have watched that 4th episode and just known all the bipolar stuff sooner, because I fell asleep after those first 3 episodes, and I just did not sleep. Like, my eyes were just, it was just like I kept thinking what happened, because I was mainly scared about the dark water comparisons. That really scared me. The movie comparisons when they were showing you that was like too much, and it really made me think like how many other things in the world have those type of like comparisons and stuff like that. And it was too much. But I need to know, I just needed to get some, like, I needed to talk about it, and that's why I love that I have this channel here, because if anyone has seen it, please let me know in the comments down below what you think. My true, like, after everything I've seen, and all the episodes, and then of course I spiraled into like a whole of different research after I watched the documentary, and my heart went out to even Morbid, like even that character. I was just like, oh my gosh, like, these are real people, and this is like the saddest story, and this is so overly exploited, and I felt bad watching it. And it was just so many different feelings, and then just understanding Skid Row, understanding LA, understanding the history of the hotel and the history of the people around there, and just feeling bad and confused and then getting into the conspiracies. Like, I'm like, who would let this happen? How did it, like, why? And then the like, there's so much, like the skipping of the elevator, like, I don't understand that either. Like, why did it skip? Did they cut out part of that film? Is the hotel in on it? And then another side of me is like, oh my gosh, like, I do not want to believe in evil spirits, but what I can say about like that world and magic and stuff is I really strongly believe in like good and evil. Like, I don't want to say I believe in like possession and all that scary stuff, but I believe in good and evil. And I think my final like realization for the whole like case as itself, I think there was some energy within that hotel that contributed on top of her bipolar disorder. And I think the outcome of it was truly all of it together. I think the energy of the hotel with her mental disorder, you know, came together, and that is why we got the outcome. Whether she went outside of that elevator and was taken by somebody, or whether someone else was out there or not, it was the energy, I feel like, of that hotel and mixed in with who she is, put together, that ended up and resulted in her disappearance, if that makes sense. That's really what I got from it, because there was just too many comparisons, too many evil things going on, and I was like, I want to believe at the end when they were saying like accidental and the bipolar and all that, but I feel for that, and I do feel like the worst horrors possibly is our mental illnesses and our diseases and the things that we hold within ourselves. Those truly might be the worst horrors that are out there, more worse than any scary serial killer or anything like that. But yeah, it was just an eye-opening experience, and especially for me, because I don't watch like crime shows or Discovery stuff like. And I know I have a lot of friends and family who like watch that for fun, like love the Discovery Channel and love the crime shows and all that, and know all the serial killers and all that stuff like that. I don't watch that stuff, so this to me as a whole was very eye-opening, and I truly watched it for that reason. I knew in my mind that like this, I was scared to watch it, and I knew in my mind that this world and this idea of like true crime and vanishings and disappearances and conspiracies is something that like scares me, and I don't like to open up my mind too much to it, especially when it has to do with so much kind of darkness. Like I'd rather just kind of stay in the light. So I went into this experience like trying to learn as someone who is like a defender of light. Like I like really went into it like scared, but like at the same time I would, you know what, like if I didn't know what they would have said about like Skid Row and the energy and all that stuff like that, like my ass would have went there. Like I love LA, and I'm that person who I feel like I'm a little bit like it would have been a lot to handle for me. Like I would be expecting almost what you know from LA. Like I would have not expected that to be as bad as it was there. But the last and final thing that I loved the best was definitely like the Tumblr attributes and the Tumblr, the post, and how you just got to know her as a person. Like I felt connected to her, and I felt connected to this whole series as a whole, because she was my age, and she was traveling on her own, and we were the same age then, and she would have been my age now. We're born in the same year, and I just feel like that's like she is us and we are her. Like it is like all those postings and showing yourself on the internet, like she is so much like this is the new version of what it's like to kind of to leave your mark, kind of. It's just very interesting, like, and her posts were just so beautiful and so poetic that by the end of the series I really felt like I knew her. So that also made it difficult to not know what happened to her, because I felt like I knew this girl. I felt so much. I understood what it was like to be in her shoes, and I loved it. I just really, really loved the feeling of getting to know her, and I'm glad they found that archive of library information that they have. And then last but not least, I love the YouTubers in it, and how they showed, like, you know, because a lot of people don't understand, like, when you do these when you do videos on anything, you put a lot of energy and work into it. And I know that those people who were reviewing the case before the documentary put so much work and time into their channel. So I'm like, in a way, I was just so happy for them that they got a chance to work with Netflix and kind of tell their stories as they were creating it all those years ago. I thought that was really beautiful to see. But yeah, it's just a very, very eye-opening experience. Like, I still can't believe it, and I still can't believe the last episode, and it's still something that I think about almost every day now. So it was almost inevitable that I would just make a quick type of reaction, rant, review video on it, just to see if any of my loving subscribers out there, or if anyone out there in general just has any comments or thoughts on it, or you want to talk about it, because I know it's a kind of a big thing on YouTube, or at least it used to be. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget, guys, to slap the shit out of that like button and support my channel, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss any of my upcoming videos. Remember, I only post when I feel cute, so if you don't hit that notification bell, you will miss my videos. Alright, guys, I love you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.